I'm sorting out the projects that I'll be doing during May. They'll mainly be around the new 8th edition of 40k. For my Carcharodons, I'll be doing a 5-6-man kill team using the scouts from the Shadow War box set. I'll be mounting them on 32mm bases because I like them, and that's the way I feel that scouts will go in the new edition. I will be putting together a 5-man Cataphractii squad to go with my existing 5-man Cataphractii squad, this time as tacticals with a heavy flamer and 2 chain fists in the squad. So there'll be close range, fire support and assault. The changes in the next edition for assault mean that you don't have to take lightning claws to strike an initiative order. You can take power fists and chain fists, and as long as you get the charge off, then you're striking first. So they'll be striking first with the benefit of a round of heavy flamer and bolt gun shooting. I've also got this set of Tartarus Terminators that again I'll be putting together as tactical Terminators. I'll be magnetising the weapons for the Sergeant because I don't know if they'll have the Plasma Blaster and Volkite as options in the next edition. So I'll do that just to be certain. At the moment in 40k you can take a Volkite or a Plasma Blaster, in which case why on earth would you ever take the Volkite when you can take the Plasma Blaster instead? I'll probably go with Reaper Autocannon on this one, and I'll use them for close range firefight. Again, I'll mix a couple of chain fists into the squad for anti-vehicle. The Sergeant with Power Sword is probably default and I won't be able to change it. However, I'm really looking forward to putting these together. With these and the Cataphractii, it will give me 15 Terminators in my Carcharodon force. I'll also be starting a new army, which will be Death Guard. The first unit of which will be a Death Guard Hellbrute, which I'll be converting slightly to make it more Nurgly basically. I'll be going through and looking at what I can change as I assemble it and going from there. I'll probably go with Twin Link Las Cannon for the weapon option. I am torn between doing the Tentacles and a Standard Fist or the Thunderhammer. The Thunderhammer strikes me as a good option as well. I'll have a bit more of a think about it before I commit to the arms. I do have some Hellbrutes from Dark Vengeance that I'll be able to convert as well. So I have 2 of them if I like. I will also be mounting these on the new Sector Mechanicus bases, and that's the bases that I'll use for my Death Guard. The set coming out has 2 60mm, 10 40mm, 40 32mm or 30 32mm, probably 30 32mm, which will be enough for everything in the new starter box and a couple of Hellbrutes to back it up. That'll give me a good start towards 1,000 points with the Death Guard, and it's something that I can start and get finished before the starter box comes out. And it'll give me a couple of nice impressive semi-centerpiece models to be putting down as I wait for more plastic Terminators to become available. But this month is mostly going to be about getting my Carcharodons above what is in the current edition 1500 points, but getting them a 3rd troop choice, 3 Terminator squads to go with what I have already built. I'll be based on using Sector Imperialis, as you can see. I'll be doing some assembly videos. I will do a pure Tartarus assembly video because I've not seen them assembled before, and it'll be fun. It'll be chatting as well, probably about 8th edition as I put them together. The Cataphractii I'll probably put together off camera. The Scouts, I'm waiting on some Tempesta Scion heads from somebody that I'll probably be able to pick up on Tuesday. That will be the major part of the conversion for these. I'll be doing them with bolters and with a heavy bolter. So I'll have the bolter arms separate. I'll probably keep the heads separate until I'm ready to assemble it all when it's painted. I'll have to take the Aquila off the chest pieces. Fortunately I won't have to do that with the Tartarus because they're not on there. Or the Cataphractii, because Carcharodon split off from the Imperium before the Heresy. so Aquilas being all over everything was not a thing when they were around. So I'm going to need to shave these Aquilas off quite carefully, most likely using a craft knife, and probably leaving the skulls in the centre, because it's still a GW model. It'd still look naked without all those skulls. What I might do is add some additional pockets. I've got one set there, if I can, because that'll help cover up any mess on the chest pieces. The heads, I don't like them on these. I much prefer the Scout Sniper ones. If I can get 7 Tempestor Scion heads, I'll probably use 3 Scout Sniper heads to do both squads, which will give me Troop Choice 3 and Troop Choice 4. I still have a set of Mark 4 and a set of Mark 3, as well as a Devastator squad and a Vanguard Veteran squad. I'll wait until the army lists for the next edition drop before I start assembling those. I also want to have a look and see if the new Marines in the starter box set can just be dropped into my Carcharodon force. If they can't, then I'll probably trade them for more Plague Marines. If they can, I will probably add them to the force, which will add another 3 squads, as well as a couple of characters. And yeah, that would round out my Carcharodon army nicely, and then it's on to vehicles. I've got a couple of aircraft to add. I will need to pick up some Vindicators, Whirlwinds, things like that at some point in the future. It's going to be how I do it. I would probably want to go with Horus Heresy era versions of the model, but that's awfully pricey. I'll probably end up getting a couple of plain Rhinos cheap off eBay. Good old bargain hunting for things like Vindicators. Or drop pods. I've got a drop pod that I can use as well. But I'll have 3 Terminator squads, 2 Dreadnoughts, 2 Tactical squads, 2 Scout squads, without adding the contents of the new starter, which is a pretty good start on a 1500, 2000 point army. It'll give me 1500 points in the current edition. I don't know what it'll give me in the new edition, but it would still be 7 squads, a character and 2 Dreadnoughts, which is better than nothing. But yes, I'll do a painting video on the Hellbrute, because I'll have to do a video on the green stuff work, and I'll have to do a video on the final assembly and painting of it. I'll probably have to paint the face separately and then cover it with blue tack when I undercoat. The Tartarus, I'll probably do a painting video of. The Cataphractii, I'll take with me for paint nights at the local store, because I'll need something to paint there. And the Scouts I will try and get done reasonably quickly. I'm not going to guarantee to get them finished this month. I will guarantee to assemble them this month. But that'll still leave me 10 Terminators and a Dreadnought out the way, and possibly 10 Scouts as well. I'll also try and get done some of my World War II stuff, because I've put up, on what was originally meant to be a 40k channel, 11 videos for World War II 15mm stuff. I will start slugging my way through it. But first things first, I'm going to assemble the Cataphractii off camera, then assembly video on the Tartarus, assembly video on the Hellbrute, probably not an assembly video on the Scouts, because it's just no, I'll do an assembly video on the Scouts as well, because I'll be converting them so much. If you've got any questions or opinions, let me know below. If you like the video, hit like. If you want to subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to build up the channel in terms of people watching the videos and things like that. And the more likes and subscribes I get, the more it'll appear in people's sidebar. But yes, this is the start of the road to 8th edition. Expanding my Carcharodons, starting my Plague Marines, getting in a position where I've got some stuff painted and ready when the new starter drops, or I might not even need to add anything from the new starter to have a decent army on the Carcharodon side. But yeah, thanks for listening.